going on like around us, like Trump and stuff like that. I mean like stuff that we deal with in life. Period.
Like some interpersonal
politics.
Self-reflection.
Yeah. Self-reflection.
That,
Just basically talking to self. You know what I'm saying? And I like to hang. I like people. But I mean, just get straight to it. Like, I mean, I like people, but I read that, yes, to get my knowledge and get what's going on with my surroundings. Then I might dibble dabble, you know what I'm saying, in fiction or whatever. And that's more for my like imagination type mind.
Definitely.
More when I wanna, you know what I'm saying? Like more when I wanna just, creativity. I can read something like that and it might get inspired because I know it's not of this world.
Welcome to my talk show. 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 And we're on live.
Yo, what it do though? Jokesta Baby in this motherfucker. And I got something special for y'all today. Y'all, I got the recording artist, the Uno, up in this motherfucking controversial conversation studios with me today, and we're gonna have an enlightening conversation. So, real quick, just offer it, man. I gotta thank you for being here, man. I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Showing love. You are officially the first controversial conversation interview, cuz. Yes, I had to drop that on you like that, man. Yes, sir. So, man, props. Yes, so, this is a historic event, you know what I'm saying? So, we just want to, do our thing. Keep it cool. So, tell me a little about yourself, man. I know you said Atlanta, so, let the people know.
Go by the Uno. Got the name, I want to say about 4 or 5 years ago. Just going through phases, I guess everybody kind of goes through them or whatever you want to call it. But just going through my phases. Started off as Johnny Boy.
Yeah,
man. What? It's crazy. I'm gonna explain that. It's crazy because like my grandmother, she her middle name is actually Johnny. So when I used to call myself Johnny Boy, I used to be saying like I'm Johnny's boy, like baby boy.
That's dope.
You feel me? So
I feel it. 100.
But when you start kind of building your name, you start getting, to a level, you start finding out people start having names that you may already created. So you have to, go back into the vault. And that's what I did. And the Uno.
The Uno.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Alright, so I'm a big hip hop fan. Mainly lyrical. That's my thing. I know a lot of folks really fucking with the beats and stuff like that. But what caught me with you was you seem to be another person that's lyrically driven. I appreciate that. So, has it always been that way, or did you have to like find that about yourself?
I started off kind of lyrical, if you would say that. Like I kind of started off doing that, and really, when I kind of did start off kind of pushing that lyrical content, I kind of was finding myself because in a way it was me, but I kind of seen my peers doing it. You feel what I'm saying? And I know a lot of people really don't kind of give kind of praises to people who they really started doing music, you know what I'm saying, from. But I kind of just seen like, the Waynes, the Jay-Z's, the Kanye's, the Drake was coming up in that time, you know what I'm saying, like in his beginning time. Lupe Fiasco, like, Luke, definitely. Okay. Back in them areas, in the early 2000s, seen them, and I kind of just stayed on that lyrical content, but I seen music was changing.
Okay.
So it was like an evolving thing, so,
And you got to change with it.
Definitely.
Okay, so how would you like describe your sound?
My sound is, it's crazy because I was in the studio almost like a week ago trying to come up with just new sound. And as coming up with this new sound, I think it kind of fits me of what I do. I like to call it political trap.
Political trap.
Yeah. And the reason I say it because it's like it's still being lyrical because when I say political, when I use that word political, I mean more and just not government and state like stuff that's just going on like around us like Trump and stuff like that. I mean like stuff that we deal with in life, period.
Like some interpersonal politics.
Yeah. Self-reflection. Just basically talking to self, you know what I'm saying? And basically it's like, it's not taking away that, because I believe that's what kind of hip-hop came from. You know what I'm saying? So it's not taking away that essence, but like I told you, music is changing.
Yeah,
now, right now, trap is what it is, you know what I'm saying? So definitely showing my ability and my skills so I can be diverse at the same time.
Alright, so you named a few of the, I guess what we would call not necessarily older rappers, but more established or whatnot. But as you said, music's changing. So as far as this new landscape of these younger artists who kind of have this newer sound, who exactly do you kind of like rock with as far as, kind of like the younger cats, the Quandos, Youngboy NBAs, that kind of era?
I don't want to sound like Lil Wayne or anything, but it's like I really kind of don't try not to listen to a lot of people, and if I do, I gotta it's so many, man. It's so many, but we definitely won't have to go with my boy. A lot of people kind of give him credit, but don't really give him that much credit. Gotta go with my boy Russ.
Russ?
Yeah, Russ from Atlanta. Atlanta native. He's definitely catching my eye with certain things that he's doing. I like, as crazy as it sounds, like I think he has his own little lane of what he's doing. I think he's gonna be here to stay. That boy Roddy Ricch.
Okay.
Roddy Ricch.
The Bots.
Yeah. Just that whole project. Yeah, that whole project is like, he's actually talking about something. And NBA Youngboy. Like a lot of people don't give him his credit, but like once it's all said and done, like I can just me saying it first, he probably gonna end up being like one of the Young Thug figures because it's like what he's doing and how he's doing it. You know what I'm saying?
So elaborate on that a little bit more. Exactly a Young Thug figure.
When Young Thug was coming up, a lot of people didn't really pay attention to him and how he was making certain moves, hanging with certain people. You know what I'm saying? Rich Gang. You know what I'm saying? Rich Homie Quan. Then he kind of navigated to like Future. Then he started building his own label, YSL. And as you kind of seen, he did certain things that caught people's eyes, and it was like, okay, yeah. But now, if you look back at it now, you got some of the greats. Like I literally just seen an interview today where I believe Jadakiss was like, "Yeah, I listen to Young Thug the most. Like I don't care. Like he's literally saying something. It's like, yeah, like you got to give it to him because when you really start making music, you start understanding wave sounds and like just how you gotta kind of use your voice as an instrument. And how he does it sometimes is it's amazing, man. It's amazing. Like I definitely understand where they come from and where they kind of speak. But when I say NBA Youngboy, he's doing the same thing, but he's doing it in like he's not necessarily doing all the screaming. He's just kind of stretching his syllables and his ad-libs, and he's using the right words to catch people's ears. You know what I'm saying? And it takes a certain amount of concentration and focus to do that. So that's why I said like I give it to him give it about like 5 years. Watch, he's gonna be a OG.
Yeah, he definitely got that
gonna be an OG.
Like a melodic, you know what I'm saying, flow to him and stuff like that. And you're right, he is an evolution of what Young Thug and Rich Homie and them were doing, almost kind of the old school crooning, like from back in the day and stuff like that, and just kind of like harmonizing within the beat and trying to just kind of find your lane and stuff. Definitely. And I rock with that. Definitely. We were talking earlier about labels, happened to, talk about Young Thug's label. You said you got your own. So if you weren't thinking about self-ownership as far as, starting off and you were to maybe like join a label, would you join maybe a rapper label?
Yep.
Rick Ross, MG, Crick Multi, Cole Dreamville, Top Dog TD, nothing.
I have already thought about this. Like, it's crazy because this was like I never really wanted to sign with someone. I really wanted to like be like an independent artist, get help with a label. Well, be kind of like more like in a distribution deal where a label can just help me, and then build my label, do what I do. But if I really had the opportunity, man. Be honest, and this is the only reason I say this. This is the only reason I say this because, like me, like I said, I'm from the A. I pay attention to people who come out the A, and it's really only a select few who's really came out and done it. And I'm a real big diehard Outkast fan. Yes, and the whole Dungeon family movement. Like I have did my study and my work. And a lot of people don't even know, but Future came out of the Dungeon family.
Right.
And if anything, like, cause Future is we top thug, he's an
interesting
Future.
But yeah,
I was on Future.
Okay, Dungeon family.
That
threw me off. I was not expecting
yeah, like
that.
a lot of people won't even expect that because it's like me being like you said, the type of artist I am. They won't even expect it, but it's like I know Future's mine. I know how he works. I know how he moves. It's certain things that I can relate to him. You know what I'm saying? Just by going through certain things.
Like literally one of my favorite people in hip hop is Big Rude. With his spoken word and stuff like that, which inspired me of the way that I write mine and stuff. So you say Dungeon fan, I'm like, let's get it. That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yes.
All right, so I know you've been, doing a little touring, stuff like that. Yeah. Where exactly do you think you want to get to next? Like, where do you think would be the next place that you're trying to expand your brand to?
I definitely want to get to like the main states. Definitely like Cali, New York. Been to Miami a few times. You know what I'm saying? I actually got family who stay out there, so I actually built a nice, solid foundation out there in Miami because there's a lot of fire artists coming out there too. So that's why I said like. These states I'm naming are like real pivoted. And Charlotte too. Charlotte, the baby. I've been doing this thing, and Texas. Can't forget about Texas. Texas is South by Southwest.
Hey.
Come on now, like
growing up I had me a big Texas movement. I was huge on like Camille, Slim Thug, Mike Jones, Paul Wall. So Texas can't definitely leave them out.
Definitely. You gotta if you wanna make your mark in music and definitely come up. Texas is one of them places you must stop through and show your respect because, a lot of people don't came through out of there and currently still are coming through out of there. You know what I'm saying? Beyonce. It's just, come on, like, can't get
it's
on
an
that.
oasis of creativity out there.
One bar on battery.
Alright. We'll come back.
Yo, what's good, man? I appreciate y'all taking time out of your day to check out this interview between me and the Uno. It was a hell of an experience. Like I don't know, I've never done this before, so I was obviously nervous, but it was so much fun. I enjoyed his energy. He's a very, very, very wise young man. Y'all need to really be looking out and checking out for this music that he's about to drop. So shouts out to him. Shouts out to his manager, Ashley. Shouts out to my cameraman, Tony B. Shouts out to everybody here at OMP, and shouts out to y'all for listening. So, without further ado, part 2 of an enlightening interview.
And we back. Yo, Jokesta Baby and the Uno in this motherfucker. You already know what it is. So, we think we should go ahead and kind of branch out a little bit from the hip hop. We done talked it to death, but kind of like Nas did. We've been talking about hip hop.
I like that.
But on some real shit, man, let's talk some life. I feel like you got this vibrant soul, but it's just kind of maybe hidden a little bit. Is that on purpose, or do you think that you just kind of like to keep a little bit of yourself away from people?
Definitely think I'm an introvert. I like to hang. I like people. But just get straight to it. Like, I like people, but when it comes to like, and the only reason I say this is because like I have put in so much quote unquote inner work on myself. So it's like when it comes to just anything that's dealing with me, music, inner work, working on mind, spirit, body, whatever, I get into a zone focus to where I just get selfish. You know what I'm saying?
No, I know you.
I don't really mean it to people. I don't mean no harm by it, but it's just like when it comes to just me and just what it is, even if it's somebody who's dealing with me, you know what I'm saying? I get to a point where it's just like I'm making sure everybody who's dealing with what I have going on or just anything, you're gonna be straight. You're gonna be taken care of. You know what I'm saying? So it's a growth thing. You know what I'm saying? I feel like in life, people, they got their different little ways they come about it, or, phases, like I said earlier, that people go through. But, for me, it's just a learning of myself, really. Just learning of myself.
All right, so I guess next question would be, what are you learning?
How to be the best version of myself.
Bet.
Like, really no other way to put it. Just really how to be the best version of myself. Knowing when I can do and truly do that, then I feel like anybody who's around me or anybody who's just, benefiting from whatever I can do or be beneficial to them, it's gonna benefit like 100% from it. You know what I'm saying? Because like the old saying goes, you can't help nobody if you can't help yourself.
Nah, that's wise.
So
that's wise.
So definitely.
You can't help nobody that don't want to be helped.
Facts.
So I feel that.
Facts. Facts.
So I'm a big podcast person, obviously, not just because I have one, but because, when I'm at work and I ain't really trying to put up with these, fuck bullshit. I be trying to really, drown it out and stuff. So I listen to a lot of political ones, but I like to listen to ones that talk about philosophy and stuff like that. I'm really big on, like what the old white folks used to say and like what the old Africans used to say and stuff like that. So are you a reader of,
Definitely I'm a reader.
You're a reader?
Definitely I'm a reader.
I thought so.
Don't read as much that I would like to. I'm not even gonna flex to you. I don't read as much as I would like to, but I definitely am a reader.
Okay.
Definitely am a reader. Yeah.
So, fiction or nonfiction, which one are you really more into? Because most people, they do choose a side. Both. Okay. I'm not gonna lie. I tried to get back into fiction, but I haven't really found anywhere I want to really, fuck with. I'm more naturalistic now. I just gotta keep reading about everything that's like either going on or has going on.
Yeah. I just kind of use it like much more of like a balance. People sometimes might not see it as like I kind of see it as like I read that, yes, to get my knowledge and get what's going on in my surroundings. Then I might dibble dabble, in fiction or whatever. And that's more for my like imagination type mind.
Definitely.
More when I wanna, you know what I'm saying? More when I wanna just, creativity. I can read something like that and might get inspired because I know it's not of this world. You know what I'm saying? It's not. It's not even in that world. So I just use that as kind of like an exercise type of thing. So. It's just like, for me, like I said, it just goes back to balance.
So, listening to the way that you describe how you really find like this wisdom in books and like you can like transform it into practicality, that it reminds me basically of what, excuse me, what Nipsey was doing. You know what I'm saying? Like before he passed, they got this book club that's been, inspired by him with his reading list and stuff like that. So I think that's really dope that, we're still continuing to try to push that on and, break the stereotypes and the statistics. And I really, really commend, you for taking that upon you to read, to better yourself, to strive to be a better person.
Definitely. And I can't even lie, man. Like, I'm learning more and more about Nipsey. It's crazy to say, after he passed, I'm learning so much just energy-wise and mindset-wise of who he actually was. And, when it comes to stuff like that, right, man, it's such a big responsibility, such a torch, you know, that has to be taken upon. It really has to be continued. Like he says, the marathon got to continue. So, you know, a lot of people, you know, when it comes to stuff like that, they rather not kind of deliver messages like that, you know, rather not even spend time on that, man. So I kind of just appreciate you feeding, bringing that up, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Not a problem, man. You know, R.I.P. to Nip, R.I.P. to
Yes,
Kobe, you
yes,
know what I'm saying?
yes,
LA, I know they hurting
yes.
right now, so.
Mambo mentality, you gotta be focused, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, alright.
yeah, like folks
That's the
don't realize like
conversation.
why they hit like some of us as hard as it did, but man, like
Yeah.
Kobe for us was like such a pivotal icon in our life. You know what I'm saying? We grew up with this 17-year-old who came into the league out of nowhere, you know, did his thing, and then you see him grow into a man, and then like as a young black man, you resonate with that. You see that. You get to grow with him and on that path. And then like to see him just tragically taken in such, you know, a way.
Yeah.
That shit's just devastating.
It's crazy, man. I've been kind of paying attention to just recently, like, a lot of greats are being taken away.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we're definitely in a time where, like, you definitely have to make your mark, but when making your mark, it's kind of scary because it's like you take that path and you know what you want to do, and you know you want to be great, but it's like, that's why, like, I don't know, man, like, when it comes to stuff like that, like, I try my best to, like, look at it more like Mambo, you know, like I said, the Mambo mentality. I say that for a reason, you know. Kobe, I feel like when he passed, man, it was two ways, like I say, balance. Two ways you can look at it. You can be emotionally charged up in what's going on, or you can look at it on the other side. He left an energy source, Mambo mentality, to where if you know what you know and you know how to just tap into that, you know what I'm saying, you'll be able to use that same mentality that he was using in basketball. You'll be able to use it in whatever avenue that you're doing in life. And that's why I don't took and kind of just like did it in my music. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, like, when I hear people and I be like, yeah, it's tragic, you really not gonna catch me really be like, man, yeah, because I paid attention to him, but like, once again, it just goes back. I'm so into myself that when something like that happened, I'll be like, let me go meditate, or let me go tap in and see what's really going on. And it's just like, that's just, I don't know, it might be for other people, might not be for other people, but I feel like that's what he left just for people of like-minded like me, you know what I'm saying? Like, focus, it's time, you know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't got time to be pouting and doubting. Yes, it was tragic that he left, but it's time to get focused because it's something coming ahead of us that we got to get ready for.
I'm not disagreeing one bit. You're right. Like, it definitely put like an urgency up under my ass. And I'm like, all right, you know, it's not just because it's 2020. It's like, yo, let's get this going. Like, if you done had this dream for as long as you done had it, you know, only you have that dream, and only you can bring that out. So, and you can only align yourself with other people that are trying to help you do that. So,
that is guaranteed facts, man.
Look, man, I can't lie, it's been a hell of a time just, you know what I'm saying, chopping it up with you, man. But
it's all day, man.
Before you get up out of here, is there anything that you want to just leave with the folks, man, you know what I'm saying? Lasting impressions, anything like that?
Definitely working on more visual content. If you go on my IG, you can definitely see promo videos. We'll be dropping leading up to videos, you know what I'm saying? I will be dropping soon, you know, and leading up to new music as well. Working on I want to say a few projects, you know what I'm saying? Because I know it's been long overdue for me. A lot of people just been kind of waiting and just been anticipating. So, like I tell them all the time on IG, man, I got them. For you just waiting that long with me, you know, I thank you. And it will be worth the wait. It definitely will be worth the wait. Until then, you can go on SoundCloud right now and check out my project that I dropped late in the ending of last year, 2019. It's called From Me to You. It's more like a cover project, kind of like how Wayne did like the drought projects and he rapped over people beats.
Gotcha. I got a series of
Yeah,
that. Like that. So
yeah,
that's what's
yeah.
up. I respect.
Definitely. So it's like kind of like my tribute to him, like, cause I know like when you start moving forward, progressing forward, you want to have something you can look back on, and that being it ain't one of my first projects, but to the public first project or whatever. From me to you, it's my tribute to hip hop, my salute to hip hop, the greats, the people who came before me. So
I love that, man, because it feels like there's just so many of the younger generation, that just aren't really ready to pay homage or don't want to give, credence and respect to the pioneers that paved the way for them to do what they're doing now. And I just feel like having another soul next to me that's really ready to, bring that essence to light. I'm 100% behind that, and I love it, man. So I appreciate, like I said, you coming through, y'all. It's Jokesta Baby. It's the motherfucking Uno in here.
one and only.
Controversial conversation. It's Jokesta Baby. Y'all be good.
Yes, sir.
And y'all be great.
Be out.